Reconsidered podcast. Hi, I'm Cristiferbeast, and I'm here joined by Squilliam.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Today we're going to be talking about the couple things, pretty much an overall review of season 6. The couple, and Will, what are the couple of the things we're going to go over specifically?
Yeah, so like you said, we're going to go over the Battle Pass. We're going to go over skins, and specifically the addition of reactive skins and some of their styles. We're going to briefly touch on pets, and with skins, we're going to be going into the aim skin in a little bit of detail. So, yeah, we'll start right into Battle Pass. Tier 1, DJ Yonder skin. We'll start with that.
I think the DJ Yonder skin is it conveys what it's trying to convey. He's very much looks like a DJ. I mean, that part's obvious. And it's another pleasant surprise. I mean, I don't think anyone was expecting a robot llama with season 6. And the fact it's a tier 1 skin, too, it's just really good. Now, I'll say this.
Yeah.
It isn't good in matches. In
matches, yeah,
no.
I would not main it in gameplay. Yeah.
This guy is definitely a target practice just waiting to happen. But it is a beautiful skin. I mean, I
very
love it.
Well done. Yes.
It seems like a lot of work was put into it, and I think it's very nice. And
yeah.
The next and then tier 1 we have Calamity.
Yeah.
And
Calamity I really enjoy the skin. I love the way they did the tiers and how she's starts out as a cowgirl and how she evolves into a force to be reckoned with, if you will. A hunter, a fiend hunter is really what I think they were going for with her max tiers. And I love the colors that she has. You can change to get different effects with the skin.
Yeah, and I like the sheer amount of customization with this skin is nice because, I mean, if I wanted to be a cowgirl skin, I have the cowgirl skin. If I wanted to be a fiend hunter skin, as you said, I could be that. If I wanted to be, like, pretty much the colors also, it pretty much makes it so you have six skin templates, and then you have 4 skin color edits on that, and I really like that. It makes it seem like you're getting more bang for your buck. That tier 1 skin.
Yeah,
it was definitely worth grinding out as well.
Yes, definitely. All right, so tier 2 we have the spiderweb skin, or not skin, spiderweb spray. My bad. What do you think about that, Jason?
I use sprays a decent amount, so I'll talk about the sprays in this. But this skin is pretty bad. It looks more like a cracked piece of glass.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you on that. Like someone threw a baseball at a window and didn't go through, but it didn't not do anything.
Yeah, I personally
a little disappointed with where they went. I love the effect they were going for, but I just a little disappointed with it, like you said.
Yeah, it really, the lines going out from the center are a little just not right overall.
Yeah.
And I believe I don't really know what they could have done to make it look better, but it just feels off.
Yeah.
Tier 3 we have the emblem. Really not much to say. It's just a pickaxe.
Pickaxe banner, you know.
Yeah. Tier 4 is the Calamity loading screen.
I'll share my insight on that. So I really like the way they did it. It's a bulletin board. It kind of looks like it was a concept compilation of what, like, say, an epic design artist would want to get out of the Calamity skin. But it kind of looks like someone's plotting or tracking against Calamity, showing her different forms, or like where she would have been, and kind of like that. Just a little like subtlety with that hint at storyline, which we did see her being hunted by the aim skin later in the loading screens, which we'll talk about in the next podcast. But
yeah, next things next, we have the emoticon bang. I don't like emoticons, so what's your opinion on it?
I'd have to agree with you. I'm not a big fan of emoticons, but I do like what they did with this emoticon. It's well thought out. It's just, I think you'd agree with me. I just don't find a practical use for emoticons in the middle of a game. So tier 6, yeah. So tier 6, I'm going to start with what I think is the lesser of the two. Regal Wave. It's a great emote to have, especially for those no skins who didn't want to buy the battle pass and they just wanted to have a nice little emoticon, say hello, express themselves a little bit, but not be like something that would be you'd get in the item shop.
Yeah, and another thing about this emote is I love the fact that you can pivot on your point, go around in circles, and pretty much say hi to everyone in a circle around you. It's
Yeah.
something I loved doing back in the beginning of the season when I actually used this emote. And it's I think it makes this emote actually worthwhile in the long run to be used because it's just funny. In fact, you can go around in a circle with it. It's
Yeah.
just like stupid because not many other emotes let you do that.
Yeah. And then there's the spray, the Calamity spray. Obviously, we don't use sprays that much. I don't find a lot of people using sprays. But this is a really well done spray. I love it a lot. You got Pink Calamity coming out of the smoke with her 6-shooter, ready to hunt fiends. She's in her full on tier 5. And I think it's really well done. And I found myself using it quite often in the beginning of the season when I first got it.
I personally didn't use the spray, and this isn't really the type of spray I would use, but I can definitely see why I would use it. It is a good spray.
It's like one of those quote unquote leave your mark kind of things.
Yeah. So next is tier 7 with the picnic glider. Again, really not that special of a glider.
It's well done. It's just an elaboration on the default glider, however, so it's not something special. It's something we kind of would expect to see with the Fabled skin.
Yeah. Really wasn't expecting much from that type of glider, and we didn't really get much.
Yeah. All right. So tier 8, we get not real much. We get a banner, the campfire, and we get the battle bus emoticon. Our opinions on emoticons. We're not really big fans of them, but
it's not that bad of an emoticon, but it's really, again, I think more could have been done with this emoticon, as with most emoticons. Most emoticons are that way. Speaking of emoticons, the tier 10 loading screen is the emoticon loading screen. I love it. I like being able to look at it, and there's so many emoticons that pretty much every time you look at it, it's not only just colorful, but you get to see a different emoticon you didn't really notice last time, and that's kind of fun. It's a nice little thing to do while you're waiting for your next map.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's bright, it's colorful. But it's not too overpowering to the eyes. So yeah, I like that aspect of it. Tier 11, we get some V-Bucks and a banner. Although I do like this banner because we get to commemorate the Cube event. And so there's not really much with that tier. And then tier 12, I really love it because we get the pets. The first pet of the season, Bonesy the dog. And I'm really glad they added this because it appeals a lot to the younger players. And it's something that they added in because as just a nice little thing to have. It's not like the pets that were like leaked at season 5. You had pets alongside you doing damage. Like it's a nice little expressive back bling.
Yeah. And I personally, if I was a dog person, I'm not. I'm a cat person. If I was a dog person, I'd probably use this a lot. I mean, I think it's a nice little thing. If I actually had a husky, I know I'd be like real ecstatic about this email. But this back bling.
Yeah,
But
I have a husky. I enjoy using the white one because that's exactly what my dog looks like. But I pets that were like leaked at season 5. Notice how Bonesy is not done in the typical Fortnite animated character scheme. It looks more like a Disney character. So elaborating on that, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. But I do expect to see Disney and Fortnite continuing their pairing relationship. However, I do not want Disney to overtake what Fortnite has right now.
I'll say this: the dog for the animals doing a more Disney-esque theme and going away from the Fortnite theme is actually, I think that's better. The Fortnite theme is a little bit more gritty. I mean, it is cartoony, but it is a bit more gritty. And grittiness with an animal, you don't really want that. We're looking for. I think the idea of these pets was for them to be cute, not for them to be terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, if this dog was just aim skin but had fur, I would be terrified. Like,
yeah, me too.
I would be in a match, I would see this, and I'd be like, screw John Wick. That is the most dangerous thing in Fortnite. Like, hands down.
Yeah.
But it's not that, and I like that. It's a nice
Yeah,
little.
and that's why it appeals to the younger audiences, and I think that's mainly why they had it become Disney so that they could soften it a little bit.
Yeah.
All
Next,
right.
music. Music was a great addition this season. I absolutely don't. I don't really like the lobby music that much that we were stuck with this season. But the Squeaky Clean music is great. I used it for a while. Now I
Until I got the OG remix, but
yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what happened to me as well. But
how I'd have to agree with you, but I'm not as passionate about it. I enjoy it, but it's just really not my favorite music. I used it for a while just because I was like, oh, it's something different, change it up. But I'd still go back to just normal lobby screen. And I wasn't too ecstatic about it. But yeah, tier 14, we get another banner, a ghost. Probably to hint with go with the getting the shadow cubes, and then the fabled backbling cape. Uh, it's a great addition to the fabled skin, but it's really not something too big, too special.
it's not really good on any skin but Fable.
Yeah,
Like
like I mean, I could maybe see it going well on Dire,
it
but
looks
only if
terrible.
you had like Brown Wolf. That's the only reason I could see it going on Dire.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say real quick. It looks terrible on aim. It looks really bad on aim. Like
Yeah,
really unnatural. I don't personally like this back bling at all. I didn't use it even with Fable. I just think it's weird and it's not
it's
good.
just it's like you took a picnic blanket and it was like a 4-year-old's superhero cape. Like I don't really know what they wanted to do with this, but
Yeah.
going into tier 15, we have the Smash Up harvesting tool. Great addition. Only can be used with DJ Yonder though.
Yeah, well, it doesn't look good with any other skin. It looks beautiful with
Yeah.
Yonder, and it's meant for him. So it's again going back to what we said with DJ Yonder. It's just for the music of the season, and it's a good addition.
Tier 16, we got another emoticon, GG Potion.
This is a good emoticon.
Yeah.
I like any emoticon that I can walk up and I just killed someone and I can be like, ha, got you. I like those.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what this one is.
Yeah. So we get some V-Bucks. Not really big. I mean, great to get some V-Bucks, but you know. Tier 19, skydiving contrail, exhaust.
I personally don't think this should have been in the battle the the battle pass.
I don't mind it being in the battle pass. I just don't use it. It's way too bulky. It's big. It's annoying. It blocks my visibility. But it's a well done contrail, and I think Epic achieved what they were trying to achieve with it. But I just don't. I just don't use it.
I only use this with the aim skin because it looks like it's an ascension, and I kind of like that idea. Like his hands can turn into literal engines. I like that.
Yeah.
But honestly, no, I don't like this on anything else, and I barely use it. During glider redeploy, I was using this by accident, and it infuriated me. I think it's one of the worst contrails of the season overall, and I don't
Yeah.
think thinking about it like it was just flat thinking about it. The Aviator Age skins that are supposed to go with this don't look good with this, and the Aviator Age skins aren't even in the Battle Pass. So
Yeah.
honestly,
It was a surprising addition to get, and it was kind of unnecessary. They could have made a much better contrail to go in that slot and put the exhaust contrail into the store.
I mean, I think we all would have loved it. The little emote that the Giddy Up uh, skin does. If
Yeah.
there was just a contrail with just that dust just behind it,
Yeah, that would
I
be
would
cool.
love that. That would have been a great replacement for this, but this is what we got. Can't really complain now. Too late.
Yeah. All right. So tier 20, Meow Moon. Not much to say about it, but
this one was a mislead. I thought we would get a skin that's like instead of a werewolf, like a cat wolf thing.
like feline, you mean?
Yeah, we didn't. We got the Chinese skins that are kind of cat human.
But
Which
there's really not much else to say about it. It was a mislead. It's well done, like most sprays that Epic puts out. It was just
very
something to fill up space, honestly.
yeah. Year 21, the loading screen, pastel patrol. Eh.
Epic made a bold move with that. They really did. Putting Easter, clearly Easter themed, into Halloween
Yeah,
was
I don't.
very interesting, very surprising.
I wasn't gonna bring that up, but personally, I'm very with this loading screen. I like those skins, but I don't see any reason they should be mentioned in this loading screen.
It's a very, very well done loading screen. When I was talking with Bobo earlier, he said it's definitely one of the best ones we've seen, but it's just unnecessary at this point.
I personally don't really like it. I think it should have waited until what I'm guessing is going to be season 8 in the spring.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I think it was a waste of space. I don't like it as a loading screen, and the only reason I could see that Epic adding it is because whaling got changed, but this loading screen looks like
this wasn't the way to tease it.
And it got changed the first day too. So it's like,
yeah, it's not like
by the time you got tier 20, by the time you got tier 21, you already know this, and this loading screen is just stupid. I don't like it.
All right, moving on.
The Crossfire glider.
I don't know. I like it. It's very subtle. It's just retexture, recolor of the default glider. I personally was using it for a little while because it's not invasive. It's just something a little more than the default glider, but it's not something I would use often.
Also, it's the best default glider.
Alright, so the next tier we have is tier 23, and that introduces the Giddy Up skin. First of all, I love how it comes with its own emote. I think that's a really great addition to it.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
This skin is like extremely unique. It's pretty much just a noob skin that has a beautiful enhancement to it that makes it one of the best skins ever.
It's wearing a costume of it riding a llama. Like, that is like the best thing I've ever seen.
It's so beautiful, and the emote makes it even more beautiful. Of the fact
how it includes like it giving a little smooch and it's like, giddy up, my little friend. You know, I don't know.
It seems this is a skin they seem to have put a lot of effort into, and I really like it. I mean, yeah, you could complain that the first whole half of the skin, like the upper half, is just a noob skin, but everything else is just beautiful, especially to the fact you have the fake legs. They make it look like it's riding, but it's actually just not. I love that. It's very good. Very good. All right, next thing's next. Tier 25. The DJ Yonder one is great.
Yes.
This one
yeah.
I'm in like a middle line with this one. I really liked the idea they were going for with this because it's concept art, and it's also like it seems like a poster for a nightclub, which would be where like DJ Yonder would be performing.
Yeah.
But I really don't like how he looks in this picture.
Yeah.
He looks really disgusting. He looks like a white, pale, albino llama with sunglasses.
He is pretty grody. Alright, yeah, I definitely agree with the DJ Yonder skin insights there. So, moving on to tier 28, we got the tomato toy. It was a great addition. It was very simple, though, very basic, you know, but really not much else to say.
Yeah, and it was fun throwing these at people in the lobby. Definitely a fun little thing to do. All right, next thing's next. Tier 29, the camo pet. I personally love this.
Me too. Changes color. Amazing.
Yeah, I personally had a cat named Cammy, and I just personally, I mean, I love this even more now that I think about that. But it's a great backbling, even thinking about it else from a different perspective, in the fact that it's the first reactive backbling that we ever saw, if you think about it. Because it reacts based off of what you pick up. So,
that's true. Also, you got, though, Bonesy does get excited when you get a kill and, like, get angry when you get knocked and stuff.
Yeah, but this is, like, the first, like, truly reactive color changes and all that.
Yes.
And this is a great backbling.
All right, next tier 30, Guiding Glow. I like it with the Fabled skin, but I don't like it using it in game. It's just, I mean, okay. I love the way it looks. Don't get me wrong. I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels, like, not feels, but you know what I mean. I love it to the aesthetic purpose, but I don't like using it in game. It's a bright light beaconing to your position.
I like it because I like having the idea that I'm a woodsman and I'm now cutting down a tree with a literal axe.
Yeah.
All right, next thing's next. Tier 31, the Running Man emote. Not much to say besides it's
great. Yeah, they did it very well. Very proud of them with how they did it. The Valkyrie loading screen, loved it. Favorite loading screen ever seen. I love how it tied back to that skin, sitting on the throne in Haunted Hills. It's so well done. I really love it.
I mean, I personally don't think that's the throne in Haunted Hills. It looks a little different. It's a very unique loading screen. It's a throwback, I think, to Game of Thrones, and it's nice.
Yeah.
I love it. Next, the Fireflies Contrail. I'm iffy with this.
Yeah. It's kind of like Exhaust. It's just very unnecessarily, taking up your screen a little bit.
I like this a lot more than Exhaust. I personally don't like Exhaust. I like this one to a point. You have any mode that glider redeploy, this is literal like hell because it's too flashy. It's very much too flashy for a glider redeploy match, and it's not needed. All right. Next.
Tier 38 Waveform, great final edition for the DJ Yonder skin. Horrible back bling for everything else.
It's a target. It's literally a target for your head. Each one of the rings, it's closer to your head. So it's pretty much like if I have a sniper, I just have to see this thing, and I'm like, bingo, I got your head now. I only like it if I'm already the largest target on the map, being I'm DJ Yonder.
Exactly. Right. But it does look so good with DJ Yonder.
Yeah. Covered Crusader glider. It's a rare glider. It's cool, better than the other Wild West glider.
Which is?
The Tier 22 Crossfire.
Oh, yeah.
It is far better than that. But still, when I did Wild West glider, this is not what I was expecting. This is more like Oregon Trail to me. I understand there's coins in there, but honestly, it's very iffy. It's very iffy.
Yeah. I don't know. I personally main that glider just because I love the way it looks, especially putting it on top of my aim skin. But I don't know. I like the way it looks, but you're right. It is also a little big. But I like what I get out of it. It's just, you're right. It doesn't really shout Wild West to me either. But all right. So Tier 43 Scales pet. The final pet that we see this season is Scales, and I love the variety in pets. You got a dog, a chameleon, and a dragon. They each have their own little thing. Scales kind of flies around with you, and he makes these little fun little noises like, yeah, right? You know? And I don't know. I just kind of like those little random noises that you get once in a while.
Yeah. Definitely a good backwind and worth the...
What did you get out of it?
Well, I liked the throwback. This is like the Omen skin group entering the Omega's lair. But why this season? It would have been better last season when it was more relevant, more people understood the reference. Again,
and you didn't have all the new players being like, oh, look at that look at that loading screen. That's pretty interesting.
I honestly, if I'm a normal player looking at this, I'm thinking this is just a tryhard wrecking people in Villain's Lair, which it isn't. So I think it's a lot like the Pastoral Patrol. I don't understand why it's in the season. It just doesn't fit.
Yeah.
All right. Tier 46, it's go time.
Yeah, I think they could have made the purpose of this emote a lot more mature and a lot more respectable.
I don't mind it, except I never use it. So, like...
Yeah. I mean,
I would never find a situation in which I would use this. If I'm showing unhappy, I don't have to use the bathroom. If I show I just killed you, I don't have to use the bathroom. So...
Yeah. I would much rather have had them put in the hand signals emote instead of this, even though I know it's already been like bought in the store by people, so that would be like confusing. But I would much rather have gotten something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And honestly, if this is a noob skin, one of the noob skins only blue emote, like honestly, that sucks for a noob skin because now there's
it's a trash blue emote.
It really is, and I don't like it.
Next, Tier 47 Fabled outfit. This is a great, well done skin. It definitely ties into the storyline with the loading screens, which we're not going to get to too much right now. But other than that, I don't really use it that much, but I do like the way it looks.
I love it I didn't use this one too much because I had the Heidi skin around this time, but it's a very good like folktale oldish like
Little Red Riding
tradition.
Hood.
Yeah. And I honestly like what they did. Where if you're looking at like a part of it, if you just look at it in a certain way, you only see Little Red Riding Hood. If you look at it in a different way, you see like a warrior, and they blend it really well, and it's a very good skin.
Yeah.
It's kind of
All right.
sad that the pieces going with the skin aren't great, but
Yeah.
good skin by
They
itself.
could have done a lot more with this skin, especially since it's a main factor of the battle pass.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got what we got, and it's not that bad, but it could be better.
Yeah.
Tier 50 Supply Llama loading screen.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it because I remember it. This isn't really a skin that's like, I mean, a loading screen that's like this is this season. This reminds me of my back in season 3. I remember how hard it was to get a loot llama, and you'd walk around wailing hours at land after land after land because you would believe that if it's a wailing woods, then the llamas will go there because it's that's where they hide. Yeah, I was kind of dumb, but I honestly love this because it's so good looking, and it feels so like just nice. Feels
Yeah.
nice.
All right. Tier 53, the eerie music. I
My
like it. I
my
like the music. I don't like how it's tier 53. I wish we had it as it came into Fortnite Mares, not in the middle of Fortnite Mares.
This honestly, I don't like anything about it. I don't think it's the worst music track in my opinion out of the three. It's annoying to me because its loops aren't good. They're not. There's no catchy bob. It's just
Yeah, I would agree with you. It needs some sort of drum line, a little bit, even if it's just a couple little snare hits in the background. But like, it's bland. But I do like where they went with it. I like the idea. I just don't like how we had to grind 53 tiers before we got it.
yeah. That's it. All right, tier 54, the Jack O' Lantern Contra. No, everything about this is no for me because we had a Jack O' Lantern skin that was released about in the beginning of the season. This honestly should have went with that, but it
Yeah.
doesn't, and it's random, and it doesn't even look good. So
Yeah.
no, I
Tier
have no evidence.
I'm gonna agree with you. Except I do like the concept. It's just the way it was executed. They could have done it a lot better.
Yes. It's too simple for
Yeah.
54 tier. I'm a free pass player, 54 tiers is really hard. And this is
Yeah.
what I did. Like, that's not a good reward.
Yeah. Tier 55 Dusk Wings, great for tryhards. If you're a tryhard, you're gonna put on a soccer skin and this back bling, and you're gonna be intimidation factor 1 billion, and I'll see that coming at me, and I'm like, I'm done.
I personally don't see any intimidation factor from this. I don't. That's just me personally, but I think it's a very nice backbling. It looks a lot. I like the arachnid set, and we'll
Yeah.
probably show that off a bit. But this reminds me of the legs from the arachnid set, just with the wing with the vampire, and it's a very nice addition to the vampire set
Yeah.
overall. Next
Tier
thing,
59, White Bonesy. Not much to say. It's Bonesy, but for me personally, I loved when this came out. I always use Bonesy White now because, or like when I use Bonesy, because that's exactly how my dog looks. Like just about. I have a all white Siberian Husky, so it's like me walking around, having a good time with my dog on my back and killing people like that. That I just love that.
yeah, understood. Tier 60, the Tomato Temple loading screen. I
This
love
brought in a
tomato.
lot of teasing and thoughts to a lot of people.
Yes, but real quick, I love the tomato head skin. I love it
Yes.
so much. I
Yeah.
bought it when it came the last season when it came out in the shop. I was literally like, stop everything. I heard there's gonna be Halloween skins next season. I don't care. Buying this, and it's so I love this loading screen so much because it's like they're finally getting the Burger Boy on their side, and
Yeah.
you got the crown version of I'm the grinding for that the crown thing isn't even hard. So a lot of players that have the skin can relate to that, and
Yeah.
it's Very nice. Very, very nice.
And I've watched YouTube videos and stuff, and I saw someone, and it definitely teased to their becoming a food fight.
Yes.
With
Yeah.
them initiating a Durr Burger employee to the Tomato Temple. So, all right, tier 63, Slytherin emote. It's a lot like the Wiggle, but I think they did it well.
I think it was separate enough and different enough that it was good, and I loved it.
Yeah, I like it. Don't get me wrong. It's just, when I first saw this emote, I was like, this is a lot like the Wiggle.
I also like the music that comes with it.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
Chomp Master's loading screen, tier 65.
It's Jaws.
Throwback to the Sharknado.
I saw Jaws.
That too, obviously.
This screams Jaws to me, and I think, again, this is random. A lot of the loading screens this season are very, like, random. But I see this one more as, like, a group of... The reason this was included was because when you go to Halloween, a couple people dress up as Jaws, and a couple people stuff like that. And that was nice to include, like, some cinema, even though we literally just had season 4 with cinema, like, not too long ago. But it's I still like it. I'm not dissing it. It's a very nice loading screen.
Yeah. Next is tier 68, Bats Contrail.
I like it. It's subtle. I like that.
It's not like some of the other contrails, like Exhaust, where it's very, very, like, it takes up your screen. The bats dissipate very quickly, and it looks good. It doesn't look obnoxious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and honestly, I won't really use this much unless I'm using the swarm gliders. We'll show in a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say something a little bit. There's a little bit of a brown in the center of the dark wisps, and if that's like, because of the fact vampire bats should burn in day, if that's like the idea that the bats are burning up, which is why there's fire, I love that. If it's not, okay, but I always see it as that
visual glitch.
That's a visual glitch. The brown.
No. That's what it would be if it's not meant to be that. But if it is that, I would be very proud of Epic, because that's really a good thought process.
I love this contrail. I think I still use it now. I don't really know what contrail I use. I don't keep track, but I love this one.
That's why I love when skins come out, because you can tell a lot of the times Epic puts a lot of time into them, and they really do appeal to the players.
Yeah, and speaking of the Night Coven set for 71, we got the Dusk skin. This skin, let me just put it out there, the other half of the Night Coven skin is trash. I do not like
the male, it's literally like Dusk, cut her hair, slicked it back, and put on male clothes. I hate it. It is disgusting.
It's terrible.
They should have made it a Dracula more looking skin.
This reminds me of like a vampire empress. I definitely can see this person ruling out of Haunted Hills.
Yeah.
They have like the stereotypical vampire eyes, the stereotypical vampire like skull face-ish thing.
Kind of gothic.
Yeah. And the hair is also intriguing. Like, it's like that old like when you think of a crazy old witch, you think of that like bunned up hair. And it's nice to have like this type of skin, especially with the whole Haunted Edition castle. I think it was great.
Yeah, like I said though, I really wish the male counterpart to the skin was more Dracula. So he had a cloak on him, and he had black hair. I mean, not obviously copying Dracula, but definitely, I wish he put off a more Dracula vibe than what
we got.
Which was really, I was really disappointed with that, honestly.
Yeah, but this is a very good skin. We're not trying to just
Dusk I'm very proud of.
Yeah. Next skin, next back bling actually, or pet, is the pink scales.
I like it to an extent. It has
screams Fire Dragon to me. When I think of scales, I don't think Fire Dragon. I like it. It's cool, but
I mean, it's a great style. I love it. Don't get me wrong, but like you said, it's a Fire Dragon. Scales I see very passive, but also
I feel like a Poison Dragon in scales.
Yeah, I just don't. I see very specific applications to this color scheme.
Yeah, that too. Like the Giddy Up skin looks well with it, but
I
don't really see much else.
Fancy Tomato, not much to say about it. Tier 76.
Oh no, I love this.
I mean, I know. Don't get me wrong. It's great. It's a lot better than the just the tomato. But it's basically just the tomato. It's just a lot better
No.
because you're throwing literally a tomato head like you are now a tomato. Like,
Yes. During food fight, I would chuck this at people and be like, "Convert to my religion," and it was beautiful. I love this item. I used it for a little bit when I had the patience to actually aim this thing, but now I don't, and it's kind of hard to aim, so I'm just not. I don't really use it, but I still love it. I
yeah.
have really no complaints with it.
All
All
right.
right,
Tier 78 dusk loading screen.
the dust
Uh,
here looks better than the dust we got, and I don't know how
yeah.
it's possible because the dust we got was perfect.
Because
Because
I don't know.
the dust
Maybe
we
it's just
got
the
was more.
lighting, but it's a lot smoother in
This
this.
dust looks more humanoid. The dust we got is definitely a vampire. It's everything about them screams vampire. This one screamed
Yes.
more of like a gothic kid, like that
It
one
kind of
gothic
seems
kid.
like a costume, a Halloween costume.
Yeah, and I like that. But I'm okay with having a natural vampire.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad
This
we
is
got what we got, but I would
this
not be upset if we got the
yeah
costume version that we see in this loading screen.
yeah. This is also my favorite concept loading screen that we got. It is
Yeah.
very it's good.
It's
Whoever thought up the
simple,
concept.
it's subtle, but it still has very good style and good
And
color scheme, and it's well executed.
they also decided to make that background really dark in this image, which is more amplifies the pure paleness of dust.
Yeah.
All right, the swarm glider. Love this thing.
Yeah, except for the shrieking noise that it makes when you deploy it.
No, I love that too. Because it's
Okay,
so
all right. No,
terrible.
don't get me wrong. I love that shrieking noise until you're playing on a mobile with a mobile teammate who doesn't have earbuds but has their sound on,
I
and
agree.
they have that glider. Let
No,
me assure you,
I
all
like
you hear is amplified by 60,000 screeching bats.
so
It
I was in
sucks.
I was in one match during glider redeploy, and I redeployed this glider, and there's a noob stand under me. He looked so terrified. Like, the fear factor on this glider is beautiful, and I like the fact it's an animal too. I mean, I like the Frostwing
Yeah,
glider. I like this one more than
it
Frostwing.
yeah, it very much goes with the pterodactyl glider as well, but
Yeah.
it goes in with that Halloween theme, which I
And
like.
another thing I like about this is it also has that brown, I guess, visual glitch or thing, as I said earlier. And I'm correct, and that's actually the vampire burning up. I mean, good job, Epic, because this is a beautiful glider with that nice brown tinge, and it does have a fear factor, like almost as high as Frostwing.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Tier 83, skydiving contrail, spectral essence. Personally, I always main this. I love it because it's very subtle, but basically like the default contrail of just like little wind. It's a little amplified, and I just love having that. So like in addition, but if I'm using the backlighter, I would definitely go back to the Bats contrail. But I
Yeah.
love this spectral
I
essence.
personally, don't get me wrong, I like simple, but I like simple to a point. This, honestly, to me, just looks like I'm moving fast, and I don't need that. I love the idea. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with this contrail. I very much like the fact it's in the battle pass. But for me personally, I would never use this.
Yeah.
It's not something I would use. The Ravage loading screen. Cool. That's all I got to say about it.
Yeah, it's cool looking.
I
It's like the one of the loading screens, like the hunting loading screens. But I mean, there's really not much else to say. It's well done, and it looks good.
it's really nice, and honestly, the thing that reason I am not too ecstatic about this, I love the Raven skin. I think it's a very nice, subtle, and darker skin that's pretty good for if you're in a darker area like whaling for good camouflage. The Ravage skin is I'm very with the Ravage skin. I was excited for its release, but when I saw it, I was with it. This, honestly, is just screaming at me that they just took Ravage and they took a picture of whaling and they stuck Ravage on whaling.
Yeah.
And I don't want that from a whale. Next up, Tier 86, we have the Nightshade skin. It's kind of like a tomato head skin, but feminine and more like an assassin ish.
Yeah,
I'm
it
kind of mixed with this skin. It's not bad, not
it
good.
could be better.
Yeah,
But
I would
I mean,
agree.
there's not really much to do to it. But I don't know.
I don't
I
really.
love the cloak though. I
Yeah,
love
I
tier
don't really.
87 the cloak with it.
Yeah, I don't really understand why this was needed.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I
really
understand
think
it's
it
like a
could benefit from also having some sort of level up to look more.
yeah. And I don't want that from a whale. Next up, tier 86, we have the Nightshade skin. It's kind of
Hmm.
like a tomato head skin, but feminine and more like an assassin ish.
Yeah,
I'm
it
kind of mixed with this skin. It's not bad, not
it
good.
could be better.
Yeah,
But
I would
I mean,
agree.
there's not really much to do to it. But I don't know.
I don't
I love
really.
the cloak though. I
Yeah,
love
I
tier
don't really.
87 the cloak with it.
Yeah, I don't really understand why this was needed.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I
really
understand
think
it's
it
like a
could benefit from also having some sort of level up to look more.
yeah.
OG remix or when the OG music in the lobby was a thing. But even still, I was stoked for it. Now, please don't give me hate for that. But I heard it and I was like, this is so much better. And even though I never played then, I really wish I had. And this, like, I don't know, I just love it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I like it. I like playing it in my lobby. I
Yeah.
I personally play Squeaky Clean over this because I think I like Squeaky Clean a lot as a song, but OG Remix ain't bad. I
Yeah.
really like it. Um, now we have tier 93, the Dire Loading Stream.
Yeah.
Really mediocre with this one.
Yeah.
Like,
Compared to their other concept art,
well,
the
it
bulletin
falls in
boards.
line with like this is really reminding me more of like the Calamity concept art where they're aiming for the same thing, but
But they didn't achieve it.
yeah, it's really not good.
Too
It's
condensed.
really just lame.
I know. I was expecting a lot more with it, and I just didn't get it.
Yeah.
You know. All
All
right.
right.
So tier 95 are next and final. I think. Yeah. Next and final emote. The flamenco. That's not how you say it.
This was good until Hot Marambo dropped.
Hot Marat.
Hot Marat.
Yeah.
Honestly, this was a great emote, and then Hot Marat, which was free for everyone, dropped. And
And
now if you
that
use
was a
this,
bomb. That was a bomb. I love that so much, dude.
I like Hot Marat, but like it made this dance literally useless because if you use this now, you're just a cringy OG that's like, oh look, I got the tier 95 on the battle pass, and
Yeah.
it's like it's a pretty good emote, but Hot Marat's better, and everyone has it.
Yeah.
It
All right.
honestly that
Tier 98. Second to last thing we're talking about. Scales black. Again, they achieved what they were going for, I think. However, when I heard Scales black, I thought he was going to be black, not green with a black back.
I
But
really like this. This
I
reminds
like the way it
me of
looks. Don't get me wrong. I just didn't expect green and black. I don't
I
know
like this
why.
because, as I said earlier, I imagine Scales as a poison dragon, and this is like a stereotypical
Yeah,
black poison dragon.
that fulfills it right there.
Yeah.
All right. Tier 100,
Tier
Dire.
100. Dire is a very two-sided coin.
Yeah.
Okay, you look at Calamity, okay, the lower tiers, the really low tiers are good, and the high tiers are good. And the medium tiers are okay. At least you can equip them without being like, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
Dire's
a little different.
Dire, the lowest tier, looks like a noob skin.
Which I don't mind, but I would never main it. I would never use it. Like I don't use Dire right now when I have it at tier 1.
The only reason I can see people using that is if they don't want to go Calamity tier 1, which is also like a noob skin. It's a very simple skin. Or if they don't have Drift tier 1, which is also very simple. So there's better simple skins to choose from, or you could just go no skin at all if you actually want to be a noob skin. I don't see a need for the first 2 tiers of Dire, because tier 2 Dire is just terrible looking.
Here's my description of tier 2 Dire. Okay, it's he looks like a young, pubescent teenage male who refuses to care about his personal hygiene. Okay, like that is how I see this tier 2 Dire. Now, I get it's like the evolving stage of the werewolf, but Epic, you could have done so much better instead of giving him gross sideburns. I'm sorry. You should have given him a mane, and at least a mullet would look 80s and gross, but not pubescent.
Talking about the colors of the werewolf, that is also very disappointing. The colors of the werewolf very much should have gone in that second category with the clothing, or a third category for color. Why?
Oh, you mean like top tier?
Yeah, the top 4 tiers are all different colors, but there's no need for that if they just stuck a color section. Like, that's even because when you go into the skin, you're like, oh. Like, if you don't look ahead and you're like, oh, I got the tier 2 Dire half wolf, and now I got tier 3 Dire, which is the full brown wolf. What should I get next? A cooler brown wolf, right? No, you get a different colored wolf. Okay, a little bit higher. No, another different colored wolf. Highest, another different colored wolf. And it's really like, wow.
I like the different colors, but I do wish you got some sort of fully evolved wolf, not your last grinding of hundreds of thousands of XP. It's just color.
Yeah, it's really not okay that like the serious grind of the season, that XP grind for Dire, is that. It's for that. I remember grinding for Ragnarok, and I only finished grinding for Ragnarok halfway through season 6, and it was worth it. You actually get like a Viking King at the end of Ragnarok. It isn't worth it to get the top tier Dire. What do I get, a Black Wolf? I don't even like the Black Wolf. It's stupid.
Okay. Alright, so we've gone over the battle pass. It took way too long, but I think we managed to shorten it down now. What do you think about the addition of having skins be reactive? Mainly, the biggest example was Deadfire with Fortnite mares. If you started getting a bunch of kills or fiend kills, you started to glow green and you had a bunch of smoke around you.
Yeah, and there's also the pickaxe.
The pickaxe.
Well. I think it's great. I think it's a great addition.
Yeah.
In that it's simply gonna show the, like, here's the thing. What's the fear factor of a player against a John Wick? Pretty high. But think about a full bright, like, colored Deadeye approach.
Well, no, see, if you think about it, someone who has Deadfire is not necessarily good. They bought the 2,000 V-Bucks and paid for the skin. But then if they see you coming at them, glowing green, smoking, they know you're a good player because you've been getting kills and actually participating in the game. And you know what I mean? Like that's the good thing, because it's a payable skin, but it still provides that intimidation factor that comes from a John Wick.
Yeah. And the other thing that is good about these reacting is it's a lot of self-satisfaction. I mean, I personally know that if I bought the pickaxe, when it comes when it's brightest color, I'm pretty like happy, because in my mind I'm doing great this match. And the same is true with the aim back bling. Aim back
Yeah.
point's the same thing. If you have a 12 on the back of that, you're doing really great that match. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like a thing. That's even more intimidating. Aim back point. That's the most.
Yeah, if someone's
that
behind
can
you,
be-
scoped in with a sniper, and they see 12 kills, they want to hit that shot in the head, or else they know they're gonna be like
Dead.
destroyed. Yeah. So I really enjoyed that. I like the reactive skins, and I do think we're gonna see a lot more going into the holiday season.
Yeah.
And even some probably in the Battle Pass next season as well.
Yeah. Now the next thing is the aim skin.
Now we are gonna touch on this in a lot more detail, like his purpose, in the second half of this video, in which we're gonna have our guest Ruben on for the first time.
Yeah.
But yeah. So go ahead, take off what you want to say about aim skin.
Talking about the aim skin. Aim skin in design is the first thing I want to hit up. It's very well designed. It is extremely unique. It is pretty much the opposite of the Enforcer skin, which is pretty much just we added some clothing. No, it's different. It is a completely like from the ground up skin, and it shows that it's worth the grind because it looks nice as well.
And it was done with a purpose.
Yeah.
They made it with the purpose of not to commemorate the season, which we talked about before, but to almost tease to the next season and just provide satisfaction more as to commemorate the season.
Yeah.
So, all right, continue with your other
do
statement.
have to say the one thing with the aim skin is it has no fear factor, in that a lot of people have that skin, and it's the same thing I saw with it. Same thing that's pretty much true with Dyers this season. Pretty much no fear factor. There's a lot of them. Ragnarok's last season and the Enforcers last season actually did have a fear factor because nobody liked the skin, and if you wore it, that means you were a tryhard.
Yeah. But and also the thing is about that, aim skin is not intimidating to a point. If you're in a squad, your aim skin, like what we do, I always rock aim skin with night cloak because I like that combo. It's smooth. It's like not invasive for me. But then I always am in a squad. Bobo's rocking John Wick. You're rocking Enforcer. And then we have like General Zavago default with Fabled Cape. The intimidation factor there is pretty high.
Yeah, even with the new skin. I mean,
because then it looks like a fake new skin.
Yeah.
Because of the intimidation factor of the other two. You know that, or you assume that the other two players are going to be good because of the other two players.
Yeah.
So, aim skin, like I said, its purpose and some insight to it more will be definitely touched on tomorrow with part 2.
Yeah.
So
next thing is the skins released in season 7. I mean season 6, not 7. We're not in season 7 yet. Do
you have a list of those pulled up?
I'm pulling up as we speak.
Okay.
So first in, of course, is the Tender Defender. This is not first in the season, by the way. I have a list of all of them for those who are watching this. Right? That was released like literally 2 weeks ago. No, I know it's not the first skin.
Love them.
I like them. Never would buy them.
No, I wouldn't buy them. But the way they look and the emote, the Llama Cadabra that they came out with, and the staff, I love the staff.
Yeah.
The idea of having the stick with the gem in it, I love that so much. I love the way the wizard skins turned out.
Yeah.
The girl's a little too young to go with unless it's some sort of apprenticeship with the older guy, but
yeah.
I love what they did with the wizard skin.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's a very nice skin. It's just not my type of skin. For me, looking at that screams Hearthstone, and I'm just like, no.
I'm a big Harry Potter fan. Like, I'm not like gonna watch the movies 50 times over right in a row, but I watched all the movies, loved them, and I'm happy how Fortnite took wizarding into the game, like as this cosmetic aspect. You know what I mean? Like, I just like the way that it turned out. I'm very proud of that.
Next one, probably one of my favorite releases this season, the Yeehaw skin.
Yeehaw skin, counterpart to the Giddy Up skin, I'm glad they made it how they did. The female default, again, making it multi-genderal.
No, okay, so I don't know if I had audio during my stream when I first saw this, but when I saw this, I was so happy because I was like, this is what I've been looking for my entire life. Because I really like the counterpart to Yeehaw, Giddy Up, but
Yep.
Yeehaw I just think does like even better because it's a unicorn now.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Yeah. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Next one, the Flapjacky and Growler skins.
Describe those to me.
They're like, I wasn't on for this, and I don't know if you were either. They are like, kind of like, hard to explain.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I really like these skins. If I was on, I would have bought them, but I wasn't. These are Flapjacky is a little weirdish. I understand what they're going for. It's a little kid that's like dressing up with a little bunny ears. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I got it.
But Growler is really cool looking. Like, it's really cool looking.
Hold up, let me search up Growler. Flapjacky skin, I definitely agree with you. Yeah.
We're gonna skip the NFL skins, by the way.
Oh, Growler, yeah, I love the Growler. The Growler looks really cool.
I think we're gonna skip the NFL skins.
Everyone knows what they were trying to go with there. I personally bought one because I'm decently fan of football, but there's really not much to talk about. Jason's pissed at me, but
we're also gonna skip the starter pack because
what, the deep freeze? Oh, the starter pack.
No,
oh yeah, I got you.
Starter.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. Let's see if this is done. Bullseye.
It's simple default. I like it.
All right, next one is Mayhem and Ruckus. Also, I don't remember these at all.
Yeah.
So they're.
I have to look these up as we're saying them.
I don't think they're that great.
Like these guys.
I remember them. They're not that great. I kind of can. I'm starting to remember when they came out.
They were early.
Yeah, really not great.
I'm not really proud where they went with those, honestly. They could have done a lot more with it, and they could have just done a lot better with it.
All right, next one. Dante and Rosa. I like these first reacted skins from what I remember, like very first.
Yeah.
So.
Are those the El Dia de los Muertos skins? There you go.
I like them. I think they did them well.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go from a different standpoint. I love how they're integrating also different cultural aspects into the game. Like we saw the Halloween skins, but they also brought in the Spanish version, I guess, of Halloween, El Dia de los Muertos. And this is literally what you would see on the streets. A bunch of men and women dressed up like this. And I love how they're integrating that into their game because it shows that they do try to appeal to many different audiences.
Yeah. All right. Not to like try to cut you off with the continue.
Oh,
I think
it's fine.
Thing, but next thing is Spooky Team Leader. This, I love the Team Leader skins. Never would buy one.
No.
Never would buy one. Love them. Great idea. Never will buy one. Patch Patroller. Why do we need this?
Hold up, I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Because here's the thing.
Yeah,
I remember we got the other pumpkin skin, which was Jack Gordon, which I loved. The skin was just like, it's here now.
I don't even remember the Patch Patroller coming out, dude.
Yeah, same is true with Bunny Moon. I think we can just skip both of them. They weren't necessary and they weren't good. They were just something there for 800 V-Bucks. It's like if you need a skin, you got one.
Here, really quick. Hollowhead, it's in the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Love it so much. I mean, I wouldn't buy it, but the way it looks, obviously it's going to give you away, but the flaming eyes and the glowingness in the thing, I love it so much.
It's a very good skin.
It's well designed.
Next one, Brainiac. Brainiac is it's green noob skin. I don't understand why everyone everyone was like, oh yeah, Brainiac, great skin. It's a green noob skin.
Yeah.
And especially when you think about it, I just hit on Patch Patrol, but Patch Patrol and Brainiac cost the same thing, and Brainiac is literally just a green noob skin. Oh like.
Yeah. Although I do like where they were going with it. I like the idea of making a zombie noob skin, but like it really wasn't necessary.
And if you're gonna do that, like honestly, I wouldn't have mind if this was the reward for Fortnite.
Yeah. It does have a lot of originality.
Yeah. Next. We already talked about Jack Jordan and Sanctum, the name of the male dust skin. Disgusting. We already talked
Yes.
about Hollowhead.
Yes, we talked about Hollowhead.
Scourge and Plague. Really liked it. But honestly, Plague should have had a more of a trench coat. Not like he's a plague doctor. His jacket isn't like a plague. It's a bit like a plague doctor's jacket, but plague doctors, when people stereotypically think about them, they have more bulkier jackets, and plague doesn't. That's my only complaint with it.
I wish Plague came with the back bling of the vials on him. That looks a lot better on Plague.
Yeah.
Than it does the cape.
Yeah.
And I think, or the cloak, yeah. The cloak looks a lot better on the girl.
Alright, next thing is the two new noob skins, Skull Ranger and Skull Trooper.
Yeah.
I don't like them at all because they're pretty much noob skins. If you're a noob skin, you bought that skin. If you're no longer a noob skin.
Okay, so Skull Trooper used to be like intimidation factor like so high. Season 1 OG tier 100 back then. It was only tier 70 or something like that. Maybe it wasn't season 1. That was Black Knight. Basically, it's back to season 1.
No.
And
you're getting close.
back to I don't even know. I didn't play back then.
They understand what you're trying to say. So
yeah, it was an old skin. If you had, what was it? The blue color was the OG one?
I think it was blue.
The blue tint was the OG color.
No,
correct
purple.
us if we're wrong.
Wait, white. White was the color beforehand. Before they added
yeah, but if you were OG, you could only get the one color.
Purple.
So if you were purple, you were OG. Everyone started getting Skull Trooper when it came out again, which they shouldn't have done. Skull Ranger, I'm fine with it coming out.
Yeah.
I'm glad that because I don't like it, but I'm fine that it came out. But I don't think Skull Trooper should have come out because it was really something to be afraid of, and that completely lost that.
Yeah, pretty much what happened to the Red Knight all over again.
Yeah.
Now, next one is Heyman and Straw Ops. These are pretty much like the really beginning, maybe even before season 6. We're very much on the edge of season 6 at this point on it.
Yeah.
But these two skins are great. They're pretty much just scarecrows. I bought one for a little bit at the beginning of the season. I did take it back, not because I don't like the skin, but because I bought Arachne. Arachne's a better skin, I personally think. But these are great skins. I'm not delegitimizing either of them. They're very good skins.
Yeah.
Dark Bomber.
Dark Bomber, I think it was good that they brought her in because exact opposite of Bright Bomber. Not really much to say. It's exactly Bright Bomber, just darker color scheme.
I liked it because I bought it simply because it was the week 10 of last season, and that was pretty much the thing behind it, why I bought it, and I think it was a nice segue into the new season.
Yeah.
Now we have the aeronautical skins. Trash, both of them. Neither of them are good. Earhart is but Maximilian is no, not even. Neither are good. They're both very, very very, very
Yeah.
What do you think, Will?
I just pulled up a picture of them now. They could have done so much better with these skins. So much better.
And I don't see Right, it's Halloween. You can only release a certain amount of skins in the Halloween period. So we decided we're going to release Amelia Earhart and Maximilian.
They could have done so much more with that release there.
Yeah, they really could have. I mean, I understand some people were mad about the Heidi Ludwig launch, but that's for Oktoberfest. I mean, you got to do that. I really liked Heidi.
And that's again touching back on the point I made, accepting, like, bringing into the game different cultural aspects of the world.
Yeah. Also, they were the first 2 skins of the new season.
Yeah.
Seeing.
You mean the Oktoberfest skins?
Yeah. The Oktoberfest skins were good. I bought Heidi. I almost bought Ludwig, but Ludwig's a little weird. He looks like an old man.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be walking around as.
All right. So next skin.
So that gets through all the skins.
All the skins.
I mean, I thought there'd be more. Be more.
So I think that's all we have for today, isn't it?
I think that is all we have for today. I mean, make sure to check in tomorrow. We're gonna be having part 2 uploaded. And
yeah, unfortunately, Jason will not be on for that, but I will be hosting that. I think Andrew will be on for that, and we will have a guest of Ruben, who made our thumbnail, and will be making our thumbnails. So yeah, go check out his YouTube channel at dx_plays or something like that. Link will be in the description for that.
All right.
Yeah.